Customs Ports tax federal government on dredging of seaports. Ra recalls Musa Abdei, Cairo, 20 orders for Benin, Lesotho. Good morning, welcome to MCL News, and I'm Easy for now news in detail. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Appropriations, Senator Jibril Barau, has assured that the 2020 budget report being compiled by his committee will be ready next Tuesday for the consideration of the upper legislative chamber. Barau, who spoke Wednesday evening after receiving reports of some subcommittees on the 2020 budget proposals, says that his panel will meet the Tuesday deadline for the submission of its report to the Senate. Senate President Dr. Ahmad Lawan has, before adjourning plenary on Tuesday, tasked the Appropriations Committee to conclude its work and submit a detailed budget report for Senate consideration by November 28th. However, despite its avowed commitment to giving accelerated consideration to the processing of the budget bill, it is observed that the Senate's own schedule for the entire processing of the budget have run into hitches. This is because many of the committees are still engaged with the MBAs under their supervision, as at when they are expected to be concluding works on their reports. The committee chairman, however, stressed that despite the fact that some standing committees are still engaging some federal ministries, departments and agencies, MBAs, on the budget estimates, it should not stop its panel from submitting its reports. As at yesterday evening, which marked the first day of the subcommittee's meeting with Main Appropriations Committee, only 3 out of the 68 Senate committees had appeared before the panel. The committees are those on capital markets, cooperation and integration, and privatization that defended and submitted their reports. The Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, has revealed that the health sector will receive 56.7 billion naira from the consolidated revenue of the Federation in addition to other funds provided in 2020 budget. The Minister said the amount is the 1% of the consolidated revenue of the Federation statutorily allocated to the country's health sector under the Health Act. In a statement issued yesterday by the Deputy Director, Press and Public Relations of the Ministry, Charles Akman, the Minister said Nigeria had done very well in both remuneration and investments in the health sector. With regards to the recent agreement reached with Labour on the full implementation of the minimum wage, Ngige said the Consolidated Medical Salary Scale COMESS, which is in the category B of the Public Service Remuneration Grade, is well protected and remunerated even before the consequential adjustment negotiation. On the budget for the health sector, Ngige said the health is getting 1% from the consolidated revenue of the Federation. The 1% in the 2019 budget, for instance, amounted to 49 billion naira and 56.7 billion naira in 2020 budget. This is apart from the statutory budget to the sector in the Federal Ministry of Health annual budget. He stated this at a meeting with the leadership of Nigerian Medical Association (NMA) in Abuja. He challenged the NMA to take the battle for the upliftment of the national healthcare system to the 36 states of the Federation, where governors have completely abdicated their responsibilities. The Aimba Economic City, EEC, a brainchild of Governor Okeze Ikpeazu-led administration, has won the first Charter Cities Business Plan contest for 2019 with a cash prize of $25,000. To claim the coveted prize, the Aimba Economic City beat several other participating cities from around the world, including Blackstone Charter Cities of Australia and Novgorod-Town of Russia, who came second and third. In a statement released by the Charter Cities Institute, organizers of the contest, the Institute said it is pleased to announce the winners of their Chartered Cities Business Plan contest. After application reviews and interviews, first prize and $25,000 is awarded to Enyimba Economic City, Nigeria. Second prize, $10,000 to Blackstone Charter Cities, Australia. And third prize to Novgorod New Hanstown, Russia. We launched the Charter Cities Business Plan Contest to identify teams around the world with forward-looking, viable plans for a charter city. The winners each exceeded our expectations regarding the location, target industries, and growth potential of their respective charter cities. The Charter Cities Institute looks forward to working with all three teams as they execute their plans. The Enyimba Economic City is a 9,496-hectare greenfield charter city. It will connect the 9 states of Southeast and South-South Nigeria with a population of about 16 million, turning the area into a global business hub. The city will leverage existing and improved infrastructure, including high-grade roads, rail, airports, inland ports, natural gas pipelines, a 540 MW power plant, water treatment, and waste management. Enyimba Economic City will feature a state-of-the-art administrative structure to attract residents and businesses. Enyimba's core industry will be manufacturing with ancillary drivers, including logistics, medical, entertainment, education, commerce, lifestyle, residency, and aviation. The city is a free trade zone with independent business registry, labor law, baking regulations, and more. The Enyimba Economic City, with an annual output of over $5 billion, will provide over 700,000 direct jobs, massively transform the economy of the southeastern region of Nigeria and even beyond. The Comptroller General of Customs, Colonel Hamid Ali, retired, has tasked the federal government on the need to dredge the nation's seaports. He stressed that one of the major problems facing the maritime sector is that the seas are not deep. He said that dredging of the seaports should be a vital investment that government needs to make to enable the ports become viable and boost maritime revenue generations. The Customs Board stated this yesterday during an inspection tour of the Nigeria Customs Service (NCS) Area 1 Command, Port Harcourt, and Area 2 Command, One, Rivers State. He said that most of the big ships, when they come in, they discharge on the high sea because the seas are not deep and they have to use barges to go and evacuate the containers. This is an issue government needs to tackle. We have 5 ports in this country and it is a big challenge that none of them is deep. So the government needs to dredge the sea to make it accessible for big ships and make it viable. He stated that dredging the Calabar, Warri, Cross River, and Lagos ports is an investment which government needs to make to boost the maritime revenue. Speaking of the border closure, Ali further urged Nigerians to endure the short-term pains in order to enjoy the long-term success of the border closure. He insisted that there is no better time to close the border and grow the nation's economy and local industries than now, citing that when the Russian government closed its borders, the environment was not right for business, but the citizens endured the pain, which brought glory to them today. The federal government will on Thursday, through its Rural Electrification Agency (REA) commission a 100-kilowatt solar hybrid mini-grid power plant in Ababom community in Onna, local government area of Akwa Ibom State. The project, which is the third under the Rural Electrification Fund (REF), will provide clean, safe, affordable, and reliable electricity. Ababom, with a population of over 2,000 people, will join Opake 80 kilowatts in Kogi State and Karidadin Kowa and Sulaye 98.8 kilowatts in Kebbi State in the project. The REA Managing Director and CEO Damilola Ogunbiyi emphasized the federal government's commitment to meeting its developmental goals by providing electricity access for all. GVE Projects Limited Chief Executive Officer Ifeanyi Owajaka listed the benefits of the mini off-grid. Owajaka said that the installed mini-grid has 306 solar panels and a distribution network cable of 5.5 kilometers that will adequately energize the community. A new president that will allow the affairs of Aba Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, ASIMA, for the next 2 years has been sworn into office. He is Sir Lawrence Obetal. Sir Obetal took the oath of office alongside other members of the new executive. MCL News witnessed the investiture, and Officially completes the reports.
After 2 years in office, it was time for the immediate past chairman, Andy Oba, to pass the baton to his successor, Sir Lawrence Obetal. In his inaugural speech, Sir Obetal, the 16th president of the chamber, promised to take the chamber and Aba business community to a greater height. The new president solicited for the support of the state government and members of the business community to enable him to succeed.
I thank the entire members of ASIMA for the honor and purpose of me to lead the chamber and to support you all. Let me thank you for the giant child of the people of other states who can say big for the powerful PhD, supporting the people of Russia, economic movement in the states. Also, I thank the Excellency, not only the authorities who find the programming, the people of the state for the support.
Abia State Governor Dr. Okeze Ikpeazu spoke on the determination of his administration to drive small and medium-scale enterprises, SMEs, to a greater level. The governor was represented by the Commissioner for Small and Medium Enterprises, Mr. Onyema Wachuku.
It has remained the interest of this government to drive the wheel of the public sector by using organized private sector.
Enugu State Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi described Sir Obetal as a proud son of Enugu State. Governor Ugwuanyi, represented by the Secretary to Enugu State Government, Simon Otoanya, urged the new ASEMA president to continue to work hard. The event attracted captains of industry and presidents of chambers of commerce across the southeastern states and traditional rulers. Officially, MCL News.
The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, says it is vehemently opposed to the Integrated Payroll and Personal Information System (IPPIS) for university staff members because it is aimed at thwarting the educational advancements of the country. The union also warned that it will adopt the no pay no work policy should government decide to stop salaries of tertiary institutions staff for failing to join the IPPIS scheme. At a press conference yesterday in Umaru Musa Yar'Adua University, UMYU, Katsina State, the zonal coordinator of ASU Sokoto Zone, Dr. Jamilu Shehu, said government's insistence on IPPIS for university staff is capable of igniting industrial disharmony. His words, and I quote, ASU is determined to oppose any policy that is aimed at thwarting the educational advancement of the country. It is in this regard that ASU is vehemently opposed to IPPIS, end of quote. He said that IPPIS cannot address specific process of promotion of academics, does not recognize the 70 years retirement age of academics on the professional cadre and 65 years for those on the non-professional cadre as against the 60 years in the civil service. Also, the Benin Zonal Coordinator of the Union, Fred Sumen, warned that if the federal government sanctions its members over the IPPIS on the October 31st, 2019 deadline, also embarked on no pay no work. He said this after an enlarged meeting of the zone yesterday at Obawo campus of the University of Benin, UNIPEN. ASU membership in the zone comprises UNIPEN and Busale University AAU in Ekboma, Adekunle Ajasin University Akumba Akoko, University of Science and Technology Okitipupa, Delta State University Delso in Abraka, and the Federal University of Petroleum Resources FUPRE in Efron. Monkeypox is an infectious disease caused by the monkeypox virus that can occur in certain animals, including humans. This is followed by a rash that forms blisters and crossover. MCL News spoke with a medical practitioner who highlights the mode of transmission and ways it can be prevented. Esther Dupe tells us more.
Almost 2 years ago, Nigerians abstained from meat, especially bush meat, following an outbreak of monkeypox epidemic. Nigerians are again faced with fears and anxiety as a result of a fresh outbreak of the deadly virus, which has now spread to 10 states. In September 2017, human monkeypox re-emerged in the country and rampaged till September 16, 2018. It occurred 39 years after the last reported case. Apart from loss of lives, sellers of bushmeat, a popular delicacy, suffer huge losses as consumers abstain from eating meat. Akwa Ibom in the South-South geopolitical zone is its latest destination. 18 cases have been recorded in the same local government area where it has reported in the state in 2018. A medical practitioner, Sunday Uchenna, speaks on mode of transmission. Dr. Uchenna advised people to desist from eating bushmeat following the outbreak of fresh cases of the disease.
In some cases, it can be due to body fluid from the person through contact, majorly through contact. So if you don't have contact with the person that have monkeypox or the animals that have monkeypox, animals like rats, squirrels, porcupines, and all that. If you have contact with them, especially those that have monkeypox, you can contact it, the virus, or the person that have monkeypox. In some cases too, I've seen that it can be aerosol, especially when there are overwhelming cases of monkeypox.
Akwa Ibom State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Dominic Obong, said as of 24th October, 93 cases were recorded, while 43 confirmed. Only one death reported in Lagos State. 10 states are already affected. They are Lagos, Bayelsa, Delta, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Rivers, Imo, Enugu, and Anambra states. The medical practitioner speaks on ways monkeypox can be prevented.
There are many ways to prevent it. Regular hand washing cannot be overemphasized. We need to be washing our hands regularly, especially to prevent human-to-human transmission. Then another way to prevent this is for government to regulate those, especially that goes to the bushes. Then individuals equally should present any to hospital. When somebody has started having something like fever, headache, myalgia, even before the rush, that person should rush to hospital so that healthcare providers will now evaluate the person and see if this person really have monkeypox or not.
It has been advised that people should prevent the disease by avoiding contact with animals that could harbor the virus in areas where monkeypox cases had occurred. Esther Ndukwe, MCL News.
For various crimes in the state, Anambra State Police Public Relations Officer Haruna Mohammed, who paraded the suspects in Onitsha Area Command, said the suspects were arrested by the police and other security agents during a raid on criminal hideouts and black spots in Onitsha. He said that 90 suspects were picked for pickpocketing, handbag snatching, robbery, drug and Indian hemp smoking, amongst others, while 25 others were arrested for illegal revenue collection. The PPRO says that the suspects will be screened and those found wanting will be charged to court, while the innocent ones will be released. The PPRO equally says that the exercise was successful based on the support of the state government, who recently launched Operation Bochaku 2 with donations of security gadgets and vehicles. A total number of 25 suspects were arrested in respect to illegal revenue collections. Still to come on MCL News, exercise at Tulobu Ude 1, Nigerian Army flags of medical outreach in Akano, Hafia. Army House of Assembly calls for suspension of HMB's strike. Atiku reacts to Supreme Court judgment. Details after the break from our Omaha studios. Do stay with us.
Apple's Fried Chicken Limited, but don't carry come again, yo. Oh yeah, make una listen. You be Romy or Juju, Papa or Mama, Bobo or Sisi, Pikin, uncle and auntie them, even including our village people. Apple's Fried Chicken Limited for 54 Okibo Road, Aba. They promise say them go give you, yes, I mean you, hey you, huge discount for this month of Independence. Yes, so the discount they wait for you for Apple's Fried Chicken Limited. Just waka JJ enter our office and enjoy our continental or African dishes, including our varieties of pastries, and see how we go summer you with confirmed huge discount. Go come no day. This one now what I take. You know say we know the doll now. Over the years now, we done the give una quality foods and pastries. So therefore keep enjoying Apple's Fried Chicken. For more to recall 0703-890-9708 or 0706-520-5854. Apples, experience the test.
Do not deface Abia State with posters. Do not defecate on our streets. Do not litter Abia State.
My brothers, I say wetin man go do for this world where people no go talk. If you chop,
Do not urinate in public places.
you no chop, dem go talk. Wetin make we do for this world? I say make we dey do the things wey we carry for heart. Na so world want am. Abi no be so?
Keep Abia State clean. This message is brought to you by MCLtv.
Welcome back. At this point, we'll be connecting to our Maya studios where Emmanuel Wazwe is standing by. Good morning, Emmanuel Wazwe.
and welcome to Omaka. The Abia State House of Assembly Committee has called on the Hospital's Management Board to go back to work. This is coming as the Health Office Management Board has remained under lock and key for months. The chairman of the committee, Chief Stanley, made an appeal and the management of the board approved the committee for solution to the problem. No recovery reports. Hospitals Management Board to go back to work.
The House Committee Chairman on Health, Stanley Wabisi, representing the people of Ikwama State constituency, called on health workers to call off the ongoing strike action to allow for superior agreement at the negotiating table. He explained that the 7th Assembly is not happy with the happenings with the state government, but noted that the problem of the Hospitals Management Board started long ago, which the state government have tried to deal with. The committee decried the loss of lives owing to shutdown of the facilities and called on them to shift their thoughts to help them achieve their aims. The committee called on them to give the legislature a chance to look into their matter and come up with expected results, adding that strikes are no solutions to problems. While noting that agitation is a legitimate right of the workers, the House Committee Chairman called on them to use a carrot and stick approach to achieve their aim.
Health is very important to everyone. And I cannot even begin to imagine the number of people that have lost their lives or have suffered permanent damage because of the fact that they do not have access to the services that we provide. All the hospitals in the state that is state-owned as we speak is under lock and key because you own it, you run the place, and your services are really very important to the state and to humanity. So as you think about it in your mind, I want you to understand that you have to save the people's lives. Let us plead with you as the House of Assembly to suspend your strike and go back to work.
Comrade Okoro Obonlaya, State Chairman, Medical and Health Workers Association, in his response said the synergy between the House of Assembly and the Executive cannot be undermined, hence the need for the meeting. He revealed that they are owed 13 months' salaries, noting that Abians are affected by the challenge ravaging the health institution in the state. Okoro said health workers in the institution, especially the hospital's management board, are relegated to the background, noting that the use of parastatals as an excuse by the state government not to pay salaries is unacceptable. He called for the commitment of the state government to its decisions and alleged that the salary structure is not adequately followed.
We have heard you. When you do a God in the world, you don't expect it to stay there. Let us find a way out of this situation.
The meeting between the health workers and the House Committee on Health was at the instance of the House Committee. Mara Okafor, MCL News.
14th Brigade of the Nigerian Army or Mafia has flagged off its medical outreach with assurance that the gesture will continue as a means of giving back to the society. Speaking at the event which held at Ekelebe Square in Akano Mafia local government area of Abia State, the Acting General Officer Commanding 82 Division Enugu Brigadier General I.A. says the medical outreach is part of activities marking the flag-off of a military exercise codenamed Atilogu Udo. Mara Okafor reports.
The military exercise is expected to kick off in the southeast from November 1st, 2019. The free medical outreach is part of activities marking the flag-off of the exercise codenamed Atilogu Udo-1, aimed at protecting Nigerians in the southeast region from kidnappers, armed robbers and other criminal elements that terrorize the area during Yuletide. The Acting General Officer Commanding 82 Division, Brigadier General L.A. Adeboye, gives more insight into the event.
To let the community know, to let our hosts know that we are part of them. And whatever services we are enjoying in the barracks, we should extend such service or services to the community also. This is a prelude of our yearly exercise, which is now christened Atilogu Udo-1.
Earlier, the traditional ruler of Akano Hafia, His Royal Highness Ezogumba Odo Okereke, on behalf of the people of Anya, thanked the brigade for the gesture. He says the medical outreach, which covers eye, dental and general medicine, will make great impact in the lives of his people.
My message is cooperation. My message is understanding. That way, the thing will work as it should be. There will be no face off.
Ezogu further called on the people of Akano and Anya in general to be more abiding and avoid any form of clash with the soldiers during the exercise at Atilogu Udo-1. Mara Okafor, MCL News.
Away from the state now, the federal government has temporarily lifted the suspension placed on two international humanitarian organizations' action against hunger and mercy call. The government says it is concerned about counter-terrorism efforts and wants all measures in place to support its effort in ending the crisis in the northeast, hence its action. On the 20th of September 2019, the Theater Command Operation Lafia Abdele declared action against hunger persona non grata for aiding Boko Haram terrorists and Islamic State West Africa by supplying them with food and drugs. About a week after, the Nigerian Armed Forces suspended Mexico over suspicious 29 million naira cash found in its operation vehicle. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Atiku Abubakar, said the judiciary has been sabotaged, accusing it of an alleged cabal of disrupting Nigeria's democratic process. He said the overreaching and dictatorial cabal had undone the gains of the People's Democratic Party and this administration nurtured for 16 years. The former vice president promised to keep fighting for Nigeria, democracy and justice, and disappoint those who think they have broken his spirit. In a statement, the former vice president cried foul over the judgment and accused the cabal of disrupting Nigeria's democratic process. He said the democracy should constitute a strong judiciary, a free press, and an impartial electoral umpire, adding that Nigeria has none of those three elements as of today. Justice Chema Uwosu-Iheme at the Court of Appeal Benin Division had been kidnapped. The judge was kidnapped on her way to court on Wednesday. The other Commissioner of Police, Damalam Mohammed, said a manhunt had been launched to track down the gunmen and rescue the judge. Justice Uwosu-Iheme is known to be Nigeria's first female judge to study law up to PhD level, specializing in the law of intellectual property. The kidnappers also shot dead her police orderly. Her abduction comes days after Justice Abdul Dogo of the Federal High Court in Akure, Ondo State, was freed after he was abducted on Tuesday last week at the border between Edo and Ondo States. Authorities of the State Bureau of Police Intelligence Response Team had rescued Justice Dogo on Saturday. The Federal High Court in Calabar, the Cross River State capital, has adjourned the trial of the journalist Abba Jalindo to 5th and 6th of November 2019. This comes as trial judge Justice Solomon Amoboda again refused to grant him bail on Wednesday. The accused lead counsel Adeyinka Olumide Fusita, a senior advocate of Nigeria, had opposed the prosecution's application for adjournment and asked the court to grant Jalindo bail. But Justice Amoboda granted the request of the prosecution and dismissed the prayer for bail. The judge said the circumstances cited by the defense do not warrant bail. He said the defense partly contributed to the adjournment in the trial and that the number of adjournments requested for have not been exceeded by the law. Jalindo is facing charges bordering on terrorism, treasonable felony, and attempting to topple the Cross River State government. Rights activists have condemned the trial, accusing Governor Bonawade of being responsible for the journalist's travels, an allegation he has since denied. And that's all we can take from Umar. Is now back to you, raising there for the continuation of the news. My name is Emmanuel Azwe. Good morning to you.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel Wanzwe. And in sports, Super Eagles captain Ahmed Musa, goalkeeper Daniel Abeyi, and France-based Samuel Carlo have made their way back to the Nigeria senior team after missing the high-profile friendly with Brazil in Singapore recently. The trio were listed in the 23-man squad. Coach Ken Osra invited for the next month's 2021 African Cup of Nations qualifying matches against Benin Republic and Lesotho. Both Okoye and Ikechukwu were in the squad to do battles with Benin Republic and Lesotho. Defender Kenneth Omera is also back, while there is another opportunity for midfielder Mikel Obi to flow back to the mainstream. France-based utility player Carlo returns after missing the prestige friendly against Brazil. England-based midfielder Ogenikwaro Etebo and Leon Balogun are on standby. Super Eagles, who won the bronze medals in Egypt, reopened their campaign for the place in Cameroon 2021 by welcoming the Squirrels of Benin Republic, who also featured in Egypt. The match will take place at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium, Uyo, on Wednesday, 13th November, before flying to Marseille to play Lesotho's Crocodiles on Sunday, 17th November, on day 2 of the qualifying series. After when the news, we'll look at our major stories. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Appropriations, Senator Jibril Barao, has assured that the 2020 budget report being compiled by his committee will be ready next Tuesday for the consideration of the upper legislative chamber. The Minister of Labor and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, has revealed that the health sector will receive 56.7 billion naira from the consolidated revenue of the Federation in addition to other funds provided in 2020 budgets. We also told you that the Comptroller General of Customs, Colonel Hamid Ali, retired, has tasked the federal government on the need to dredge the nation's seaports. And in sports, Super Eagles captain Ahmed Musa, goalkeeper Daniel Abeli, and France-based Samuel Carlo have made their way back to the Nigerian senior team after missing the high-profile friendly with Brazil in Singapore recently. That was the news. Thanks for watching. Please do join us again by 8 a.m. for Good Morning Abia. I am Izzy Nwafo. Once again, good morning.